Morally, we talk about that another time, but she came in at a position of management when Yandy had to go do something else, and we were in the office, and she knowing what I created and seeing everything that's going on business wise, and her knowing I was so hot headed and so moving so fast at the time, she didn't hit me the game like, you need to sit down and really take control and put everything in your name for what you've created and shit like that. And instead, she turned around and took that power upon herself to put everything in her name.
Wow.
What was going on? It's your boy Yoey, man. And if you just watched that clip, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna speak on that right quick. So that video was about Jim Jones talking about that he really is the true creator of Love and Hip Hop, and that it was basically stolen from him, the intellectual property and the real money behind it that was generated by Mona Scott Young. So we're gonna talk basically the difference between what's morally correct and what's business. So what Mona Scott Young did, technically, she did the correct thing business-wise, like she was not in the wrong business-wise, but morally, she was down bad. Now, let this be a lesson to everyone out there who's watching this video, anybody who is coming up with ideas and stuff like that. When you got a great idea, before you approach somebody because they is the connect or the plug, they got the like in that instance, she had to connect to VH1 or whatever that Jim Jones needed. He should have went and got all his paperwork right, showing and proving that he was the person that came up with this idea, and that he had, you know, copyrighted the name and the idea and all this other stuff. Everything that just needed to be correct as far as on his end, and not just trust that that Mona Scott Young was gonna do it, or Yandy or whoever he had mentioned, that they was gonna do it for him. So like morally, I guess he figured that he, you know, they was gonna, you know, look out for him and put his name in the paperwork and do everything right for him business wise. But in the long run, a lot of times when you come to the table with people that's good at business and you not good at business, 10 out of 10 times usually they gonna screw you over because they realize you don't know what you're doing, and they're gonna take full advantage of that, and they're gonna be the ones that's gonna do the majority of the eating off the pie, off the cake, whatever you want to call it, in the end. And so I feel bad for Jim Jones if he's telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I looked through the comments and what people had to say, and like a funny thing somebody had to say about it was, they was like, man, leave it up to Harlem Cat, and like they was like Jim Jones and Cam and Dame Dash and all these dudes from Harlem, they swear that they created the earth, they created everything. Like, they probably think that they created Adam and Eve. Like, that's funny. But like, if he telling the truth, you know what I'm saying, morally she messed over him, but business wise, business is business. And I feel bad for him, but he should have came to the table correct in the first place. But like I say, she didn't do nothing wrong business wise, but morally she gotta live with that she know what she did. She did him down bad. But you know, everybody take a lesson from that. Everybody, that if you watching that and you got an idea, make sure if you go and try to connect with somebody because they got the plug or the keys to whatever that can open the door for you, make sure you come at them correct and have your business in order before you do business with them.